Today's video is about what is a notice of proposed revocation in DC. Now, in the District of Columbia, when someone gets arrested for a DUI, the police will usually book and process the person and release them from the station after several hours. Upon release, the police are supposed to give the person several important forms. Now, today's video, as I mentioned, is about the form proposed notice of revocation. This form deals with what you should do to make sure you can at least try to protect your driver's license if you've been arrested for a DUI. My name is Joseph Scrofano, and I'm the founder and managing partner of Scrofano Law PC, where we specialize in defending DUI cases in DC, Maryland, and Northern Virginia. We've defended hundreds of DUI cases in these courts, as well as at the Department of Motor Vehicles. Now, today's video again specifically deals with driver's license issues in DC. So the notice instructs the person arrested that they must request a hearing with the DC DMV within 10 days, otherwise their driver's license will be suspended. Now, if the person has an out-of-state license, the notice tells them that they have to request a hearing within 15 days. Now, there's two important things to understand about this form. First, these deadlines are calendar, not business days. So that means if you have a DC license and you get the form on the 1st, you better request a hearing by the 11th. Now, if you don't physically request the hearing by the deadline, that brings us to the second important thing that you need to understand if you have a DC license, and that's if you fail to request a hearing within the 10 calendar days, the DMV will automatically revoke your driver's license. That's the same thing if you have an out-of-state license and you fail to request a hearing within 15 calendar days, the DC DMV will also automatically revoke your District of Columbia driving privileges. Now, keeping track of these DMV issues are very important because when you get arrested for a DUI, the last thing you want to do is lose your license, be out driving, get arrested again while your DUI case is pending because you have a revoked license. There's a separate charge you could be charged for in DC called operating after revocation. That was definitely going to make your situation worse if you have a pending DUI case and you get a rearrest for driving with a suspended license. Now, a conviction for operating after revocation also carries 12 points at the DC DMV, so you can really dig yourself into a hole that you're not going to be able to get out of. So it's extremely important that anyone arrested for a DC DUI request this hearing within the time limit set forth in the notice. Now, the location to request a DMV hearing is 955 L'Enfant Plaza Southwest in Washington, D.C. It's located in the mall and the L'Enfant Metro Center station. Now, let me dig into what the information in the notice means. It lists several reasons that you could lose your license for getting arrested for a DUI. Now, if you refuse to take the breathalyzer test, it could be a 12-month revocation, but just simply for getting arrested for DUI, you could end up losing your license for 6 months. Now, when you request the hearing, which is incredibly important, that will at least toll the suspension from taking effect, at least until the hearing that gets set. So, for example, if you get arrested on January 1st, you do nothing, your driver's license or privileges will automatically be revoked. But let's say you request a hearing and it gets set for February 7th. That means at least until February 7th, your license will be valid. And a lot of times the officers don't show up for these DMV hearings and no action may be taken against your license. Now, if you ultimately get convicted in the criminal case, you will end up losing your license that way. So again, it's extremely important if you've been arrested for a DUI in DC, I highly recommend you contact us immediately. Not only can we take you through all the issues involved in trying to protect your license, we also request a hearing for our clients, so that will save you an annoying trip of having to go to the DMV to request this hearing. The worst thing you can do is wait till after the 10 or 15 day deadline has passed to consult with us, and at that point it could be too late as your driver's license or driving privileges could already be revoked.